Hello everybody, this is Dan or Crazy Bad Cuber. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing the new Weilong GTS3 magnetic. Now this thing has ridges. I don't know how I feel about that. I saw Phil posting about it on Facebook, Phil from the Cubicle, and somebody asked him, how are the ridges? And he goes, you know what, it's not too bad, you get used to it. I've heard that from other people as well. I don't personally understand why they bothered to put ridges. I mean, that's kind of like, if you're only going to make one mold for the puzzle, why would you do it with ridges when you know that it's not really a popular thing? But who knows? Let's try this puzzle out. Okay, so we've got magnetic, just like we have in previous ones. And wow, we got some crazy stuff in here. All right, so accessories box. So this is a box that you'll get. It says accessories. And let's see what kind of accessories this is. We get a lot of stuff here. Right, this is the puzzle that has the tensioning click, 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 click thing, I think. I'm not 100% sure what these things are for. I haven't watched any videos on this thing. I think I kind of watched a little bit of Damien the Cubologist's videos. This thing here just tells you that the boxes are stackable and that you can use it as a stand as well. All right, and then we've got some cards, basic cards. We've got this thing, which I think is what makes it turn, and then we've got these things which I have honestly no idea what are at this point, and then we have a little screwdriver. All right, let's get into this. So that's the rest of the box there. Pretty basic. All right, so see, we got a number 3 here. Do you guys see that? So right there we've got a number 3. I'm not sure what that is, but none of the other ones have it, so I'm not sure the point of that. Oh, on the bottom, this is, I guess, where the stand goes. So put that together, and let's see what we got here. So there's the puzzle. We're gonna get to that in a second. I just want to see, this is how it goes, and then that goes on top. And that is how it sits on the stand, guys. That's actually a good thumbnail right there. That's the thumbnail. All right, so that is the stand, and now let's get on with first turns. Oh. Strong magnets. I feel like they're considerably stronger than the GTS2. Could be wrong. I don't know. It's first impression. It feels pretty dry right out of the box. Moves really well. Magnets. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit... Look at this. I can do a U2, no problem. That shouldn't be that. This has got to be set up, definitely. As far as the ridges go, first impressions, you know what? It took me a second to even notice them. It really did. I don't notice them, really. I mean, I can feel them, but they're not in my way like other ridged puzzles have been. This isn't distracting in any way. First impressions of the ridges is that they're fine. I'm going to play with the puzzle, obviously, for a while and decide whether I like them or not, but so far... Yeah, I don't like the way this is set up. What am I doing here? I just feel like, yeah, you gotta... It's too easy, it's too easy. This thing needs to be slowed down with lube. It's like that on every single side. Can I do a full 360? Almost. So my initial impressions of this is that it's extremely fast. This is a really, really fast cube. Way faster than I'd like. I don't like how you can overshoot like that, especially with the magnets. So I feel like the magnets are pretty strong already, but they're allowing overshooting. So I think a thicker lube for this would work great. Let's check out some corner cutting. It's really nice. Reverse corner cutting is effortless. I also want to check out the mechanism on this thing too. So while we're at it, let's open this thing up and get some shots of that so you guys can see the mechanism, and then show you some solves. I find the colors on this puzzle to be a pastel kind of shade, like not super bright at all. The puzzle is actually a bit difficult to get the colors to pop while filming, but they're more vibrant in person. Like I showed you before, this puzzle comes with a stand. The black base on it came pretty scuffed up, and it's not really the most efficient stand. Normal stands do a better job, and I prefer them. When you see the ridges up close, they are hardly there. You can see them, but hardly feel them. Personally, I don't see the purpose in them on a 3x3, but at least they're hardly noticeable. The centers look like your basic centers. The center caps can be more difficult to remove than on other puzzles I've found. And here's a shot of the inside of the center. I'll explain what this does fully in the full review. With most edge and corner pieces looking so similar these days though, it's hard to commentate on what makes them different than the last ones, but more importantly, why they make a difference. But here's some cool shots of them anyways. As always, this is what it looks like when you put two corners and an edge together. The puzzle also did come with a mini screwdriver. I personally don't travel with my cubes very much, so I don't really need this. This tool is what locks into the blue plastic of every centerpiece. It's used to change the spring tensions. It's very unique. We all know that spring swaps can make a difference, and this allows you to basically choose from a bunch of different spring tensions, so no swaps necessary. The blue centerpieces have staggered steps to pull or release the spring as well. I still don't know what this is for, but I'll find out in the full review. I can't wait to put some lube in this thing and set it up with tensions and using that blue tool to adjust the springs and see what settings I like, because out of the box, like I said, and I'm going to say it more after this section too, it overshoots. It's a big problem. I don't know if everybody's comes like this or if this just happens to be my copy, but either way, it's easily fixable. But this is just a first impressions. I don't want to mess with it in any way yet. But my solves are very inconsistent, and that's one of the things that I look for when I first start solving a new puzzle for a review or first impressions purpose, is I want to see how consistent I am with it, because if I'm not consistently getting my average on a puzzle I should be getting my average on, or my times are too spaced apart, then I know that I just need to set it up, because everybody's got their own way to set up a puzzle, and somebody might pick this puzzle up if it was just like this out of the box and think, wow, this is perfect because it works great for their turning style. However, for me, even though I like a fast cube, this is just way too fast for me. I'm going to slow it down. I think in this case I will be using some Dignitas and Gravitas and DNM37. I might throw something in the core too, because I do hear a bit of spring noise and I don't like that. I always like to get rid of that personally. I'm not having any kind of trouble with recognition with these shades. They are kind of pastel-y, like I said, but they don't affect my solving in any way, so that's great. And again, the ridges is honestly something that should be mentioned about this puzzle, but I find it hard to remember to, because I really don't feel them very much at all. I just don't see the purpose. Alright guys, so I've been solving on this puzzle for a little while, and you know what? I'm going to use some terms that don't make it sound good, but everybody else that I've heard says this is a great cube. The Cubicle's website is full of positive reviews for this puzzle. So one thing I don't like is the sound of the cube. It's very loud. And it feels, the type of plastic, the way it moves around each other, it feels cheap, like it's gonna fall apart in my hands. I know it's not a cheap puzzle, it's just not set up. Alright guys, so I'm gonna take my time to set this up, and when I do that and I make my full review, I'll show you exactly how I did it, and I'll also show you my settings for the tensioning on the springs and all that kind of stuff as well. But yeah, right now, out of the box, I'm not a fan of it, but it's got crazy good reviews. Not crazy bad reviews, and so I'm really excited. I know it's a good puzzle. It's just out of the box, it's not the best. It's just like, look at this. It's just, there's no consistency with my solves with it out of the box. And you know how I know it's good? It's because MoYu made it. All of MoYu's flagships are great puzzles. And this one comes in at $35 US, so it's got a price tag to it, that's for sure, but it's also a flagship puzzle, and it's a really good puzzle from what I've seen and what I've read, and hopefully I can get it to that stage. Thanks to the Cubicle for sending me this puzzle, and thanks to you guys for watching. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe with notifications on, and throw this video a like if you like it. If you don't, then don't do it. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.